Arizona Cardinals at the Carolina Panthers. This one is fairly interesting because we are starting to see this number flip. It was the Cardinals as 1.5 point underdogs. Now at DraftKings, the Cardinals are 1 point favorites. You can still find the Panthers as 1.5 point favorites as well. So again, do your shopping around. A total of 43.5. Adam, when we look at this one, I have the Cardinals in a couple of different teaser legs this week. If you're going to give me a full touchdown, more than a full touchdown in a game with a 43 total against this Carolina Panthers team with a nicked up Christian McCaffrey as well for this team. Baker Mayfield has been playing as poorly as we expected him to play. I know the Cardinals have looked like garbage. They are not a 2-score dog to this Carolina Panthers team. So I was happy to be able to put them in a teaser leg.
With you on that, endorse the teaser play. Keep in mind that last week, the Arizona Cardinals were actually at one point a drive away from making the Rams very, very sweaty. And they were live as a dog at +3.5 for the entire game up until maybe the middle of the fourth quarter. So ultimately, I don't see why the love is there for Carolina, but I will respect the fact that when I was talking to some of the folks over at one of the books in Vegas last week, they were saying that they've got some respected people who keep coming back on Carolina. So I don't see it, but I'm willing to respect that someone does.
Yeah, I mean, I guess when I look at this, Steven, there are pieces to like on Carolina. Like individual pieces, there are individual pieces to like on Carolina. So I guess like from that perspective, I can understand why there are people who want to keep coming back. I mean, look, the receiving core is actually not that bad, right? I mean, like it's actually pretty good. It's just how do they get the ball? If you look on the defensive side of the ball, they have guys. I mean, like Burns is individually good, right? Like JC Horn is individually good. And so there are pieces to like about the team. I just don't know if the team as a whole is anything I can buy into.
Well, if you listen to Matt Rule on the podium this week, he said the receivers have to get more open.
Yeah.
I never listened to Matt Rule.
Yeah. I mean, completely threw DJ Moore, one of the best route runners in the league, under the bus. So things are going great in Carolina. Arizona money line -105 or better. I think I'm still fine at -110. Like, why they were a dog to start this week, I'm getting in my car and going and grabbing the last 1.5 to get that up to 8.5 for a teaser leg after we're done recording here. Carolina has gone from the worst quarterback play in the NFL last year to the worst quarterback play in the NFL this year. Baker Mayfield, 37th last year in EPA per attempt when pressured, and now he's facing Arizona, who's generating top 5 pressure with the #1 blitz rate. Brutal matchup for him and his ability against pressure. He is dead last among quarterbacks in EPA and completion percentage over expectation blend, dead last in success rate, dead last in that CPOE. Carolina, dead last offensively in success rate overall. I don't think it's all Baker. Like if you go and watch one of the clips that Dan Orlovsky put out, the coaching has been malpractice as well with Ben McAdoo and Matt Rule. There's been a lot of telegraphing based on formation, what they're going to do pre-snap. And they have been below average in yards per play offensively in each game this season versus the league average of yards per play last year. Now Christian McCaffrey's banged up, got in a limited practice today. He's officially questionable. We'll see how close to 100% he is. But I thought we were getting a gift here to get plus money earlier in the week on Arizona. If you can still get it, go do it. And admittedly, Kyler Murray has not been great, right? Like he's been not too far above Baker Mayfield in these metrics, but Carolina is also 27th in pass rush win rate. So he's going to have time. He's got the ability to improvise where Baker doesn't. And I just think this is, you could talk about the parts all you want, but like Geppetto is not on that sideline putting Pinocchio together. It ain't happening.
And receiving props, like if there's anything the Carolina defense does well, it's defend the run. And so it wouldn't surprise me if Kyler Murray has 45 attempts in this game or whatever. So, when it all comes down to it, passing props for me, overs on attempts, overs on completions, maybe overs on receptions for some of the guys on his side as well. Those are all things I'm going to be looking at for this game, because again, like if you are the Cardinals at this point, the way that your team has performed, do not do what Cincinnati did on Thursday night. And despite the fact you're averaging 2.4 yards per carry, run Joe Mixon into the center of the line 22 times in the game. Don't do that. Don't do that to James Conner. Just go out there, use Kyler Murray, use those receivers, and take the path of least resistance here. Because again, the secondary so far for Carolina not been good, and that is something that I'm going to that I would be taking advantage of in this one as well.